City Matters.
Welcome back here to hmTv, Fog War and Humanity. I'm here with Andrew Menechella for our fourth episode of his amazing story from a young Queens kid to being a talented baseball player, to his time in Vietnam as a grunt, to coming home, to playing sports, his marriage, his work, his homes, getting remarried after losing his wife, and which was really interesting. We just, finished up with is the pause of war and the importance of dogs and animals being there for veterans, which probably will only get stronger over time.
I would think so, yeah.
As these programs get out there.
No
right?
doubt. No doubt. They get more robust.
So now Andrew is in the middle of writing his memoirs about his time in Vietnam. We see his airborne hat that's on the table. And I know it's hard on him because the experiences come back, but you spoke pretty clearly about some very difficult moments.
Yeah.
And now how does that translate into writing a book?
Well, what happened was I got interviewed at the vets home. They came to me and they wanted to interview from the Library of Congress, which I just got the CDs at the event Saturday, and we watched it last night. It was pretty amazing.
Sure.
Right? And as I was talking to the interviewer, he's starting to ask me questions, and we were kind of straying from Vietnam proper. And I said, you know what? I got a story to tell. I said, but I don't want it to be a Vietnam story. I want the masses to read this. I don't want it to be just military.
Kind of what we did today.
Exactly what we did
right?
today. And
we spoke about your earlier years.
We touched mostly, I did it. I didn't know, I'm a grunt, so I don't know how to write a book. I know I have content.
So when you say you're a grunt, what's the quickest way to describe being a grunt?
Just a guy that'll just charge the wall, sometimes not use common sense, just do the job that's got to be done in whatever fashion.
It doesn't look pretty, but
it gets done. I always had the
and there's some teamwork involved in that
no
too,
doubt.
right?
And you got to be open to teamwork. That's the key. You got to be open to
and
teamwork.
And the sports helped you.
Sports were great. Yeah, I mean, I could. Today I can manage a baseball team. I know the sport that well, and I know what it needs, and I know it's a people sport. And these managers, they're going through all these analytics. It's
crazy.
It's a people sport.
Yeah.
Get to know the guys.
There's got to be a sense of feel.
The guys want to play for you.
Gut too, right? Yeah.
Oh, he's going to bunt. It's analytics. Like it's they score a touchdown and they got to go for two because the analytics say bullshit.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
So, it doesn't always work out.
It doesn't always work out, and it's repetition and it's gut. I always had a very good gut feeling.
The first episode, I had Frank Tedino.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that name from?
Yeah, I do.
And Brooklyn kid.
Yeah.
He gets drafted so high by the Baltimore Orioles.
Ooh.
Right? He's making his way up through the farms. And at that time, there's no technology or anything. Like you have to listen to the older guys and trust your own instincts, right? So now he ends up getting into a Marine Corps Reserve unit. The Baltimore Orioles said, you have to go into service. Because if you can get into the Guard or the reserves, then we can kind of keep an eye on you. If you get drafted, we don't know what's going to happen with you, right? So he's fortunate enough to be down in Flatbush, Brooklyn, in the Marine Corps Reserve. He was out, I believe, in California training, and he just got traded to the Yankees.
Wow.
And he played with Mickey Mantle. And
Did he?
Then he went in for Hank Aaron after he broke the Babes record. He was the first episode.
Wow.
Right?
That's cool.
And Frankie's like you. Regular guy.
Yeah.
He's done some pretty tremendous things, but, it's like that World War II veteran. They might have the hat on, you might drive by him,
right.
and they've done unbelievable things,
Yeah,
and they don't really talk about it, right?
Purple Hearts and
stuff like
stars,
that.
Silver Stars.
And he always says at the end of the baseball season, it's going to come down to pitching.
Yeah, of course.
And some timely hitting.
Pitching always outduels.
And that's
yeah.
Who's hot in
Small
September.
ball.
Yeah, who's hot in September.
Ball. Yeah, whatever wild card is hot in September, typically it'll go far.
Basically the opposite of the Yankees over the last 15 years.
Right, right.
And, but like you said, there's a little gut to it as well.
You gotta have a good gut.
So,
and you gotta be open, and you gotta be able to rely and understand people. There's a lot of psychological stuff in there.
So now, what's your gut telling you in terms of when you're writing this book?
So as I write the book, and I spend I have 8 to 10 chapters, and I looked at it chronologically because I want to take it from childhood till today. And the name of the book was Scars and Strength.
Wow.
It's about the successes that I've had and the successes because of all the hits I took. And I wanted to translate that into a book. A lot of things went on in my childhood that probably directed a lot of the stuff that happened in future years.
You tie that back to your father being in the service?
Yeah, my father was kind of a hands-off father. And again, I was best ball player in the city a couple of years. And he never came to any of my baseball games.
It's tough when your own father doesn't recognize that, right?
And he was, I don't want to say he paid more attention to my brother. My brother was older, and he wound up speaking Italian. I was the rebel.
Yeah.
I was playing ball all the time. And we were just not, we got closer when he got sick with cancer in his later years. We got pretty close. Other than that.
Did he ask you about the ball, or did he ask you about Vietnam or anything like that?
Nope. He never talked about...
Did he write to you when you were away?
No.
Your mother write to you?
My mother wrote to me.
So she took on that, right?
Yeah. My mother, that's what she did. My father was very selfish and self-centered, and always wanted to be with his side of the family, and his mother, and my mother always had a...
Is some of that from his wartime experiences, or is that just him in some ways?
I can't...
It's tough to say.
It's tough to say, but he was a tough dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a tough dude.
You're a big guy. Was your...
Dad was big. He's about 5'11", 185. I'm
solid, right?
Yeah, I'm 6'1", 240, 240, 250.
What did he do for a living?
He sewed pockets in women's coats in the garment industry. He did that for years. And he didn't have a lot of schooling, so I became good at math. He used to work piecework, and he used to have tickets, and I used to do all his additions and all of that. That's how I got very good at math.
All the figuring.
The figuring. And my mom was a seamstress. So when I came home from school...
Are these things that you're going to put in the book?
I don't know yet.
People might find that interesting.
Yeah, I'm just...
Because that's old world,
my childhood... I don't remember a lot about my childhood, and I had some bad stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to put in the book.
Yeah.
And it was very, very tough navigating through a lot of that. And I did it a lot on my own.
Yeah. So you grew up pretty quick.
I grew up very quick.
Yeah.
And I was in gangs, and I was in high school. I was kind of in line for a scholarship to Arizona State. And they had the race riots in '67. They busted in about 200 kids, and one of my best friends, got beat up and put in the hospital.
The city did not react well to any...
No.
Right?
So I found the 2 kids that beat him up, and I got him after school, and I jumped them, and I put a hurting on one pretty bad, and I just went into a rage, and I picked up a boulder. I was going to crush his skull, and the principal saw me. And as I moved, guy stabbed me in the thigh, the other guy. I got stabbed, so went to the hospital, went through all of that. Whatever scholarship was going to happen, I lost. I got thrown out of high school. My parents had to go back up. I got back in.
Did that end some of that behavior or no?
No, it went on. My junior, senior year, it was bad. We had big fights, very bad fights. Then they get some guns. I was in it.
Did you carry any of that in the service? Well,
I was just tough. I wouldn't take any BS.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, again, being thick-skinned.
Sure.
I took a lot. I'm like an awning effect. I'll take a lot, but when I'm done, I'm done.
But in the Army, you have all ethnic, racial, religious groups and everything.
We had some issues. But I was more of a mediator.
Yeah.
And a leader. I was more of a mediator.
So it changes when you go into service.
Absolutely. Well, I was under, again, you're under a different mindset. Atmosphere, orders. You're scared. I can't go anywhere, and they'll make my life miserable.
Yeah.
So I figured, why not do what I'm supposed to do it well, and
so you go from a little bit of violence.
Yes.
Right now,
I'm ready.
You're as even keeled.
Yep.
You don't get too high. You don't get too low.
Nope. And I'm waiting, and again having a good. I knew when to get in trouble and when not to.
Yeah.
Again, a nose for survival, if you will.
You're going to mention that in the book?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It starts out, which I'll just tip a couple of incidents. I was abused by a priest in the 6th and 7th grade. I was 11 and 12 years old. At the time, we moved to Middle Village from Brooklyn. And my father didn't want to pay the pastor to get me into the school in Middle Village, so I had to take the bus into Brooklyn, 11 and 12 years old, rain, snow, sleet, and hail. Get abused by the priest, come home, nobody home, my parents are working. So I kind of did my own thing. And
did you ever mention that to your parents?
No, that wasn't something you'd mention to them. Couldn't do that.
Were they big into the church?
My mom was, yeah. They would have held it against me. They wouldn't have believed me.
My mother's from Sligo, Ireland, 1 out of 15.
Yeah.
And that's all you heard was, God's going to get you for this. He's going to get you for that, right? Yeah. I came home 10 minutes late from playing football with my buddies, right? I wasn't doing anything.
Right.
But the moment that all these assaults and abuse and then the cover-ups, all that.
It was bad.
My mom actually went the other way and kind of said, I can't be supportive of any of this stuff.
Wow.
So it was almost like that.
Yeah.
That where the religion was so strong.
Yeah.
She kind of just said.
Well, what the Catholic diocese did was they kept moving them.
Yeah.
They moved them to 6 parishes, and I wound up being about 200.
Yeah. Instead of throwing them in jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So
now I have a case, right? They opened it up again a couple of years ago, and everybody settled but the Brooklyn diocese. Some issue, so I'm hoping to get a settlement the next year, the year after.
So this may help future people.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Right?
But it wasn't only priests. There was the Boy Scouts. There was anybody that was in charge of children took advantage.
Where they figured the kids weren't going to say anything.
No, I wouldn't. I was too scared to say anything. I was getting beat up by the nuns in grammar school, and then abused by the priest at lunchtime.
Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't easy.
Now, what's another thing that you might put in there in the book?
I'm going to talk.
That's a little bit different. It's a little bit different.
Well, about raising the kids.
Okay.
And being a coach, and my daughter was a very good ball player.
Softball,
a pitcher, windmill pitcher. I got her some training. She wound up getting a scholarship to Johnson and Wales. She was
good school, right?
She was a maitre d' at Russo's on the Bay in Crossway Boulevard. Right? She
famous place, right?
She wanted to be in a hotel management.
Was that Johnson Wales up in Rhode Island?
Yes. So she gets a 5-year scholarship, full boat. We go up there. She loves it. 2 weeks later, I come home from work. Your daughter wants to talk to you. So I'm thinking the worst. I don't want to go away to school. Why? Why do you think? I'm asking you. Why?
Was there something that occurred up there?
She met a boy.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind. So she winds up not going to Johnson & Wales.
Oh, she met a boy back at home here.
Yeah, she was in high school, and she went to Christ the King High School in the Middle Village.
Big Catholic school?
Catholic school. Yeah. Both of my kids went to private schools, grammar school and high school. And they do very well today, both of them. But she met a boy. She wound up marrying him, but I made his and her life miserable. She never picked up a bat again, 18 years old. And I used to take them all over the New England.
Because in your mind, I'm going to work, and I'm going to go up there for a Saturday game.
Absolutely.
Spend the night, take her out to dinner.
And I was living vicariously through her.
Talk a little ball with her.
Yeah.
And then that gets you through the next week, right? You're looking forward.
She would do that with me all the time.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, no more.
Which is unbelievable, right?
So she marries a guy, tremendous kid, 2 beautiful grandchildren.
Good.
And the daughter is the soccer like Natalie was in base and softball.
You follow the soccer?
I do because he's Italian. My son-in-law is European Italian, and everything is soccer.
Where does he live? Where do they live?
They live in Massapequa Park.
All right, not too far from Corner, right? About an hour.
Big AC Milan fan, soccer.
So you learn a little more soccer along the way too.
I learned. Yeah, I never could spell soccer.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
We played basketball, baseball, and we didn't have soccer or lacrosse like everybody has opportunities out here. So she gets married, has a family. Then my son gets divorced. I help him through the divorce, and he's got two sons, which they're my life. Tommy's he's in St. John's Law School. He's in his last year, and Andrew's in
sharp kid,
very sharp kid, and his brother, who's just as sharp, is in architecture school in Roger Williams University in Rhode Island, and now he's in Florence for this next semester.
You got a lot to be proud of.
A lot to be proud of, and they text me all the time. I help them with their football fantasy, the pools, and all of that. You
know a lot about adversity.
Yes.
But you also know a lot about the good stuff as well.
Absolutely. So I wanted to translate that into the book. I mean, I could go on, and I don't know where exactly it's going to go and what I'm going to hone in on and what I want the message to be. I want it to be about my whole life, and I want to touch upon everything. And I don't want to no holds barred.
Yeah.
And when people read this, I want them to understand me.
Sure.
Because people are going to read this book and say, "Holy crap!" Because I never.
Well, your guys with the Suffolk County chapter of Vietnam vets, they don't know everything about you.
No.
I don't know everything about you because there's a lot to your story.
Yeah.
You could be helping out a lot of people.
No, I think that too. And when I spoke to Joe Brown, who interviewed me for the Library of Congress, the librarian, he was talking about guys that were trying. They were trying to talk about stuff that they did, and like World War II and Korean War. They never did this with any individuals. So they have histories of the wars. They know about the wars, but they don't know about the people in the wars.
Well, a lot of those memoirs come out 30, 40 years later.
Yeah.
Right?
So this is what I want this to be.
Like you look at Greatest Generation, right?
Yeah.
In terms of Tom Brokaw.
Right.
That comes out so many decades later.
Sure. No, I can write an intense Vietnam book about war.
Sure.
That's not me. That's not all me.
No.
Right? That's
a little athletics, you have a little work, family, right?
There's a plethora of stuff in my
grandchildren,
new life, my new journey, and the support I get from my wife, and how she's
What's the dog's name? Katie?
Katie.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
So
she works with me. She's working with me at the volunteering with me. She volunteers at the Vets Home and in the store, in the general store in there. It's
your life certainly did come full circle.
And she helped me a lot. I mean, I was more of a couch potato in my other life, very into sports and stuff. And now she gets me, we're all over the place. A lot of traveling, water. She loves water. We're down the beach all the time. And she's just a great partner to do stuff
Nothing
with.
wrong with that, right?
No, it's amazing. I'm very blessed.
The beauty of Long Island, you drive in any direction, you're going to end up there sooner or later.
Blessed. And I set myself up good for retirement. And I get a nice I get a nice veteran benefit. I'm good.
So what do they call that? They call that you put a deposit in terms of your service.
Yeah.
And at some point there should be a withdrawal from the government.
Yeah. I always said that.
So Andrew, is unbelievable having you here today.
I appreciate it.
We're gonna have you back with the pooch.
Okay.
And we're gonna kind of look at some of the trials and tribulations of being around a new dog and
looking forward to it.
Kind of feeling each other out in that process.
I appreciate the interview, the questions, the candidness.
No, you did an outstanding job, and
thank you
on many difficult subjects.
Yeah,
so,
somebody's got to talk about it.
Yeah,
right?
And who knows, you might be able to help somebody out through this podcast. So,
hope so.
But thank you very much for joining us today. This is Richard Acritelli with the Fog of War and Humanity here on hmTv.